Today we're going to put some finishing touches on the bird journal, or hopefully finishing touches, maybe not, I'm not sure. We'll see. So let's get started. Hello, welcome to Nixies Notebooks. I am your host, and I just did about a good 10-minute intro talking about the journal, and I didn't, I'm knocking things over, and I didn't even record it. So, let me just kind of backtrack. So I have condensed this down to 3 signatures. I was looking at all the signatures. I put it in the journal just to kind of show where we're at. And this is 3 signatures in there. It's pretty fat, pretty thick. I think we're good with the 3 signatures. I did, take out some pages I didn't think were necessary. More blank pieces of paper, nothing like, that's really pretty or anything I've decorated so far. So this is where we're at. I still have pages to decorate. I'm really hoping I can decorate up some of these pages, maybe get a good portion of this done, and then we can just kind of move on to actually sewing the signatures in and then putting in the heaps of ephemera that I have made, or found or done. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I should probably hold that out. I actually recently made this. I was cleaning up my desk and just kind of getting rid of any scraps of paper that were just sitting on my desk. So this is new. I did not make it on camera. I was just doing it kind of fast, just kind of get it done. I made this one, which you could see the bird. You see it? Am I doing this right? No, Alexa, office light on.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Okay.
I'll keep trying.
All right, hold on one second. Let me turn on my office light. I don't think I have all my lights on, so it's probably a little bit dark. Oh, well, that's not going to turn on. All right, good. I'll turn on this one. Hope that helps a little bit. All right. So this is, we have this one right here. Back just kind of plain, not much on the back. I think I showed the back on that one. And then this one too, I made this one as well. I just, getting rid of stuff that's been sitting on my desk and just kind of cleaning it up. So I do when I take scraps, I just kind of clean them up as I go, pick up stuff, put things together, put things down as I go. Ooh, that does not look cute, does it? We're gonna have to fix that, aren't we? Really sewed over that poor bird's head, huh? Yeah, so some of these you've seen, some of these I think I've made. Well, just put a little piece of paper in there, make that like a little journal. Okay, that's another thing we gotta do. I also have just some regular pieces of paper. This is not one of them. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff to actually put into these journals. So I have some little pieces of paper here. Little birds here and there. So let's get started. All right, these are gonna go over here where I don't destroy them, except for this one. So you know what, first I think I'm gonna work on this one. I have to get some papers. I'm gonna put some papers in here, and we'll make it into like a little tiny little folio notebook. How's that sound? That sounds really good. I like that idea. Okay, give me a second. You're fine, Nix. We square off the edges there, that'll work. Of this, that'll work. Okay. These are really extreme dyed pieces of paper, as you can tell, but they will work. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut that edge. Well, yeah, wait. Yeah, just cut that edge, cut that one a little bit. Pull my cutter. All right, so let's get started here. Okay, I can't use this edge. I gotta make sure I use this edge. So let's do it this way. Down here. Because I know that's probably a flatter edge than that one up there, and I'll end up cutting off less paper. That's my goal. Okay, I'm gonna leave those edges because I like them. And then we're just gonna go to right here and cut off that edge right there. I'm gonna fold that in half. I wonder if this is, oh, I think this is from this piece of paper. Very possibly. So we have one little page in here. It's rather small. We'll put that more towards the center, I guess. Make it a little bit, see if we can make it a little bit bigger. So can I do 2 pieces on here? No. Well, 4 pages will work. All right. Again, I know this side is no, that is a knot. All right, I'll do it this way then. It looks really gross. If you ever look at my journals and you're like, ew, that looks like it's dirt or gross or mud, none of it is. It's either coffee, tea, or ink. I don't go rub my papers out. That sounds weird. I don't go rub my papers outside. I don't rub them on anything. I'm gonna stop right now. Yeah. So, what was my point? Did I have one? I don't remember. Is that a little bit bigger? Slightly. Okay. So when you do see stuff like that, it's not that, you know, the paper's dirty and it's gross or anything like that. It's just that, where was I going with this? Oh, is I've used tea or ink or something like that. I don't, like I said, I don't like go spatter mud on it. So, but I know this one looks really gross. What I did was I actually wrinkled this up, dipped it in the tea, and then I baked it. Because if you bake it on a piece of like tin foil or something, or not tin foil, if you bake it on a cookie sheet in the oven, it kind of gives it more of a burnt edge. So, okay. Ooh. All right, and then we fold this one in half. That should be about right. Oh, not even close. Wow. I have issues. That's all right. So yeah, so you know, a lot of these tea-dyed papers are, I sometimes will throw inks in there. You can see some of the blue on that one. And these weren't the same, I don't know. So I do try to it has to be cut anyways. All right, let's do this. I keep losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry. So yeah, they're not dirty. Well, if I do this, there we go. Let's do it the other way. There we go, that works better. Okay. I'm only going to do 2 pieces of paper. Yeah. All right. So now what I need to do is I need to poke holes in all 3 pieces. I should probably just do it all at once. I actually need to get a sharper awl. This is really kind of dull, so I really gotta do something about that. Buy a new one, sharpen it. Can you sharpen these things? I don't know. Maybe you can. That'd be nice. Work out pretty well. So I'm doing it, I'm just really trying to kind of push, when I make the holes into any of these things, is I try to, I'm right at the crease, and then I try to push down, because if you push down, it will, it'll keep it in the crease and not break through the paper where it's not at the crease. If that makes sense. All right. So I save everything. Probably way too much saving. That's probably gonna be too short. Let's see what we got in here. Let's see, is there a longer one? Okay, that'll work. All right, let's use that one. All right. So now I just need a thread. So I get needles. I just find bigger needles where I can and just buy them when I see them, when I need them. I have a bunch around here. I put them on my desk, which is stupid because then I lose them all the time. And then I find them sometimes by hurting myself with them, which, like when I go to wipe down the counter and I go like this to pull off all the little paper tabs, I've stabbed myself doing that a few times, so would not suggest. If this was a, oh, come on. We're gonna leave it right there. That's not a knot, it's just the thread being weird. Okay. Alright, leave it like that, that's okay. If this was a bigger signature and, you know, I was working on that, I would probably, I usually pull the needle through before I do any sort of sewing. I just, you know, stick some thread on one of these and then I just pull it through. And I'll show you. I didn't really need to do it with this one because it's so small, but sometimes it helps, especially when you're pulling it through. Helps when you're pulling it through a thicker back part of the book. You can also, like, see how the owl is graduated? You can also actually push that in a lot harder too if you want to. So, yeah, I heard it. I know. Okay. Alright, so what I do a pamphlet stitch. I think this is a pamphlet stitch, I'm not sure. I start here, I hold that out. We're gonna throw a few little beads on this one. Alright. That hole does not like me. Should work, okay. Usually I like to come up on the other side of the thread. I mean, you can always move it over, it's not really that big of a deal. Just whenever you sew, make sure when you do this that you're not putting the sewing needle through here. It's harder on larger, thicker signatures. So like some of those I'm gonna have to really watch it and make sure. Because it will cause problems. There's more fancier words I want to use there, but I don't have them in my head right now. Oh yeah, you won't be able to tighten the string. I don't know what is wrong with me today. So because you'll be pulling on it and it'll be pulling within the other thread. If that makes sense. I should probably start that over. So when you're sewing, make sure you don't sew through the other thread, because if you sew through the other thread, like if you have your sewing and you sew through the thread like this, when you go to tighten it, you're not going to be able to tighten it and get it all tight because it will be stuck in the thread. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so let's pull out some beads. I'll put some beads on this just because I can. You know. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm embarrassed. There's cat hair in here because I have to leave it. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of cat hair. Okay. Cats. Get cats, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Don't get me wrong, I love my cats. I wouldn't trade them in for anything. Just hold on. Trying to keep little bead. Maybe that one. Yeah, let's do those two. Okay. I have a box of beads that sits next to my desk, which is why it's got cat hair in it, cat fur. I think I want to find another small bead. Sorry, I'm just going to look for another little small bead. See if I can find a smaller one. I wonder if that'll work. I wonder if I get the thread through that one. Might be able to. Oh, look, here we go. That'll work. These are acrylic beads. I do sometimes use glass beads. You just gotta be really careful when you do, because glass beads can break. So, and if they're clanging together, or they get hit, or they're, you know, in an area where they can move, you know, there's always a chance that it breaks, and then you have glass bead breakage. So these are acrylic, which is a fancy term for plastic. Acrylic is plexiglass. That is made to look like real glass. So that's what acrylic is. It's a fancy term for plastic, which is fine. I have no problem with plastic beads. The only problem is sometimes with plastic beads is you can see that, like, right there, the plastic kind of does something funky right there. So when you're doing this, if you want to put another bead next to it, you're going to really want to, so this, I'm going to put this side up, and then this bead will touch and it'll be more flush down below. Does that make sense? Am I not even doing this in, so, see, let's see, that better? So, I don't know if you can you really see that? I don't know. Anyways, so this top of the bead is a little bit, the way the plastic broke off or was removed is not flush. That's probably the best way to use it. So I'm going to put the not flush part more towards the top. If you have two that aren't, pick the worst. Pick the least of the best of the worst. Best of the best. Whichever. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't today. I don't know what my talking problem is. That's not where I wanted that. You can control these knots as to where you want them to go, and I'll show you in a minute here. So we want it to go, here's my, so tweezers are good. So if you want it to, say, go down here further, you're going to grip where you want it to go. Oops, let's do it the other way. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do it. It's not. If you put this through and you pull, it's gonna make the knot really tight up to where you want it. So see, I pulled. So I'm gonna pull it all out, and we don't want to do that. But you get the idea. If I had a longer thread, it would work. So I would have gone in from this side. Maybe I'll remember to show when I make the journal. When I do the signatures. But yeah, you can use this if you use one of those things and you tie it. Let me show you. I feel like I need to explain. So, okay, so I have this knot here, right? and say I want it to go right here, like say there's a bead right there and I want it to go right up against that bead, this is what you do. You pull it and it will guide it as best as it can down. It'll help you guide it down. It'll help you guide it down. So see, then that's where the knot will go. So if you ever have making one of those types of knots, usually they're very hard to control. But yeah, you can use tweezers. I think when people, I've done it once. I made a bracelet with beads like that, and where you tie off the ends. So there we go. Well, that's cute. So I think I'm probably just gonna end the video right now because I'm having issues, and I don't like to edit really long videos. It just takes me forever to do them. So, all right. Apparently when I did my intro, I wasn't correct, but what are you gonna do? So I made a cute little little notebook that we'll just use and put in a tuck in here. So, all right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.